Students, today we are going to see about the advanced NoSQL concept. This is a very important concept in your NoSQL MongoDB databases, which I'm going to present for today. So we are going to see about the agenda is regarding the functions and relationships, covering the queries, map reduce and text search enabling, that is creating an index and how to use the text index and how to delete a text index, and we are also going to see about the regular expressions. What is mean by functions and relationships? See, in MongoDB, whenever we go for any functions and relationships, entries are stored as a collections and their attributes are used for insiding the documents. Each documents have a unique ID. That ID is called as a primary key. And the relationships are handled in such a way that we embed the data inside the document of MongoDB. So whenever we are using MongoDB, we have to understand the concept of functions that is similar to the functions that is used in other programming languages. But here the functions are used as a reference documents across the collections. So we have a type of relationships used here are divided into three types. The one is called as one-to-one, one-to-many, many-to-many relationships. And for implementing all these, we use an implementation methods with two steps. One is embedding the documents and next one is referencing. When we using embedding the documents, we have to nested the documents in such a way that it can be clubbed together. When we use a reference document, you can use a foreign key or object ID. So this is about the introduction of functions and relationships in your NoSQL. When we take about the implementation method, the first method as I suggested is an embed document, which is the other concept of denormalization. So when we go for denormalization, we have to ensure that the store related data inside the same document. And also it is best for one-to-one relationships and one-to-few relationships. The examples of embedded document are, see for example, it is given that database.books.insert1, where name is given as Linux and author is given as Linus, and we have given the city also. So this is used to insert a document with one database, whereas the next step is used to insert a document with different types of records. It contains name as Linux and also it contains city as Los Angeles, and also it contains another document with the denormalization method. So this is one of the implementation method used in your NoSQL. The next step is normalization method, which is used as a reference model. So this implementation method is used for separating the collections and we will store only with the help of reference IDs. It is used for one-to-many relationships and many-to-many relationships. So the examples are given with student document, permanent document and current address document. Each document has a unique ID that can be used to normalize the future reference of the document along with the current address document. So we have covered what is meant by functions, what is relationships, and the implementation methods in NoSQL. Now we are going to see about the covered queries. So when we take about the covered queries, a covered query is a query that can be answered only by using an index. The features of this covered query covers faster performance using indexes with no documents, conditions, and the ID must be excluded. The examples of the covered queries are given below with the user index documents or user finding documents. So after the covered queries, we are going to introduce a concept called as MapReduce. So when MapReduce is used in NoSQL database, it is a data processing technique used for large data sets. So the map functions process the documents and emits the key value pairs. Whenever we use the MapReduce documents, we have to use the aggregate key values. The examples of MapReduce are given in such a way that db.orders, where we use a function called as MapReduce. That MapReduce is a data processing technique that is used for reducing the large data sets into a small data set. And the functions are also should be used with the MapReduce along with the keys and values. So after the MapReduce, we come into the concept called as text search. So this text search is an enable feature in your NoSQL that supports your text to be searched with the full support by creating an index for the text search. So this is otherwise called as enabling method in your NoSQL. So the examples of this is given as db.articles.createIndex. So this is another example for creating your text index. After creating a text index, we can go for using the text index in such a way that it is a text operator to perform text search. And also you can use the text index in such a way that you can find the blocks by using NoSQL with the help of index in text. So whenever we create a text index, we also have an authorization to delete a text index whenever that particular text index is not at all used. Now, the last part of your MongoDB is your regular expressions. So, regular expressions is a normal expressions which is used in other programming languages, which is used for representing some things with your expressions. Example, cap symbol, dollar symbol, etc. So, whenever we use a regular expression, we have to find out the regular expression with the help of these symbols. So, thank you, students.